What's going on, y'all? This your boy Young Lee Jr. here, man. So, this video is going to be focused on the state of Texas, man. You should see they experiencing a huge cold front, man. A few inches of snow. Pipes has been freezing up, and millions of struggling the Texans, man, for the most part, is having a hard time keeping warm. Okay, so they haven't really been experiencing this before. Like this, they're not used to this like it is up north. So so you can imagine like they're really not equipped for the cold weather. Okay, shout out to my boy Steve Rose because he from Texas, man. He even was just stating that like, listen, man, like his power was going in and out, and he had a very hard time keeping warm. So think about this, man. A lot of it's about 4.4 million Texans are without power right now. And it can be very unfortunate if you don't have any type of generator or you don't have any type of food to help preserve yourself for a few days. Because they said around like I think Saturday maybe or coming to this upcoming weekend, it's gonna start to be a little bit warmer. But for the most part, man, that's still a long time. You gotta make sure you don't have any spoiled food, in the refrigerator. You don't have any type of canned goods or anything like type of water supply. It can be very difficult. Now you gotta focus on and going to some type of source like a grocery store that everybody might be going to is saturated, and you like, dang, man. So is there like another pandemic? But this is pretty much like an epidemic going on right now. So that's the risk you take. And if you're not prepared, and at the end of the day, man, it is it's one of those occurrences, man, that you can't really predict. You only can prepare for. You hope for the best, but you got to prepare for the worst and everything, man. So they pretty much blaming the governor Greg Abbott. Some people blaming on Greg Abbott that it was his failure on to actually not helping preparing for a lot of Texans and this this type of weather. Then again, too, you got to go into detail too. Is you got a mayor like Tim Boyd from Colorado City. He actually resigned. I'm gonna read one of his posts, and basically he was just saying like, y'all need to fend for yourselves. The strong will survive. So then again, you got some people that's very upset, like government's not stepping in, not trying to do no type of adequate funding for them. They looking like, listen, man, it's no type of warm shelter that we can go to, because if it's like 40, 39 degrees, I've been to Texas before in training, so it can get cold, but I didn't see any snow. And when this happens for a prolonged time, yeah, man. It's roads can be crazy. The pipes, it can, the pipes can be damaged to the point that the lead is contaminated. But what people fail to realize too, man, if you go back when Franklin Delano Roosevelt was the president, right, in 1935, he signed the Federal Power Act. Okay, now that was allowing to like states to actually hire or control the electricity and power grid between state lines, so without like pretty much like a federal government approval in many ways. And so that was pretty much allows like a lot of freedom, for like the states and everything to provide like, the electricity and the power. And the thing is too, Texas is known for that, for their electric and our power grid. And that's just why you can't really blame Texans from actually blaming the environmental operations for failing them in this type of situation. But at the same time too, man, it reminds me like way back in the early 2000s in Michigan in the summertime when we had a blackout and it was hot. It was reversed. It was hot when you had no electricity for at least a week, man. And the first day people was like, all right, whatever. Second day, started getting a little restless when it started going to the third or fourth day. And then, you got grown people calling their family members saying like, man, can I live with y'all for a little bit? It's getting hot. I don't have enough food. So we don't know what's going on. And then too, the roads are really bad too right now. So I feel for y'all. I really do. This ain't, even though I'm not from Texas, but I think I know like, I said one person from Texas, but actually a couple people I train with. He's from Texas, so but yeah, they not used to this stuff, man. And it's a B, man. Even though I'm from up north, I hate it so much. Sometimes like it freezes our cars for a little bit. It's where you had the antifreeze, freeze the engine for a little bit. You gotta turn the car on and wait and rotating tires. It can be a lot. Accidents can happen. Crazy things happen in the wintertime, but this is like I don't think it's been this cold since like 1930s, man, or late 1800s like this, man. Even though it might be cold, it may have some little snow flurries, but geez, but in the state of Georgia where I'm at, I haven't seen any snow, but I know it snowed here before, but I've seen like frost before. I think the coldest so far since I've been to Georgia has been like 20 some degrees, maybe 20 to 39 degrees, and that's very cold. So, but I just want to say, like, yeah, man, just continuously keep your head up, man. I just hope they have good, adequate people right now. I know it's hard too because of the pandemic, can't really travel freely like you want to, but fresh food, water, canned foods gotta come in handy, man. And that's why I kind of see why people be kind of like gathering these things as much as possible. And you think is you don't want it like a shortage of it. So we got at least 29.4 million people in the state of Texas, and 4.4 million are out of power. So that's a 15%. 15% of the people in the state of Texas have no power. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. I'm just gonna read here Tim Boyd's comment. He actually resigned after this controversial post, and that he posted on Twitter, on Facebook actually. So this is in quote by Tim Boyd. He said, "Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute." Wow. No one owes you or your family anything, nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim, it's your choice. The city and the county, along with power providers or any other service, owes you nothing. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy, is direct result of your raising. Only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. Am I sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water? Yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying, looking for a handout, get off your ass and take care of your own family. Now, like I said, man, if you're a mayor, you're the representation of the people. Even if you strongly feel that, now, it's some things I kind of agree. Like, yes, it's the mayor is not responsible for your household. Okay, let's get that straight. But at the same time, you are the representation of the people. Pay taxes. Those people in that particular city. You will think like, okay, can you pull some type of connections, or do you have any connections to the point that you can like provide like maybe some warm shelter or some people or some excess generators. Like this is the kind of concern that people may have. Don't get me wrong, you have some individuals that just don't want to do and fend for themselves and don't adequately prepare for things, right? And and I always believe like, yeah, the government shouldn't be taking care of you. Who cares? Like at the end of the day, I mean, but then again, too, things happen in life. You got people who are disabled that's unable to fend for themselves. You got people who have special disabilities. Those who happen to live in your county. You at least, what about those programs and actions for them? Now, this is more of a very like straightforward approach, aggressive approach on here. So I think it was kind of irresponsible on his part if he truly believed in that. Because why are you here for? I understand you're not here to solve everyone's problems, but at least what can you do to secure the safety and make sure the people in that particular city feel like the government can help them, or just give them like get different opportunities when things are out of their control in so many ways, or if they didn't prepare. I feel like that's the whole purpose of being a mayor, a representation of a city. I could be completely wrong, but hey, will Tim Boyd resign? And it's messed up, man, in so many ways. But it just goes to show you, though, this is what a lot of these politicians believe, But at the end of the day, man, just some prayers out to the people down there. Just want to come in here and make this video here. Just be grateful and be blessed, man, and for what you have and everything. And you guys will get through it. Just stay strong. But yeah, it's all my brothers and sisters in Texas, man. But that's all I really have to say. I'm going to go ahead and report that. It's just been a huge cold front. I was just kind of surprised too. Like, dang, why is this? It's been a brutal winter. But yeah, you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Please comment what you guys think, man. Prayers out to the people in Texas. I'm out. Deuces.